let me bring your attention to Vanessa Bryant, okay? If you remember, LA County said that she must undergo a psychological evaluation by their psychiatrist because of the legal claim against the county. Mainly officers, deputies, who decided to take pictures of the crash site of her husband and her daughter. It did cause emotional distress. So we covered this when it initially happened. The county wanted to mandate her, compel her to undergo this, what seems to be insensitive obligation to prove her distress. Now, statutorily, based on law, typically you do have to prove these things. Well, a federal judge has now said, hold up, not so fast. Let me give you the background, all right? After asking that Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, take a psychiatric exam as part of her lawsuit against Los Angeles County, a federal judge denied the request. According to the Associated Press, Los Angeles County attempted to have Bryant and others submit to psychiatric evaluations to determine if those who are testifying in the case suffered emotional distress over photos of the crash scene and bodies at the site of Kobe and their daughter Gigi's death. Mrs. Bryant is suing because photos were taken and shared by the county sheriff's deputies and firefighters. So now you see the violation of protocol. Obviously, these individuals are significantly insensitive POSs. We see that, that's clear, right? Of course, there's emotional distress. It was shared all over the world because of these deputies. Now, remember, initially, these deputies, they kept this to themselves. It was a cover-up, a cover-up. They literally tried to hide the fact that it actually came from them. So the lawsuit is definitely justified, okay? US Magistrate Court judge said Los Angeles County's motion to compel a psychiatric evaluation was untimely. The lawsuit filed by Bryant is scheduled to start in February. Last year, attorneys for Vanessa Bryant filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the company that operated the helicopter that caused the deaths of her husband and 13-year-old daughter and 7 other passengers. Bryant's complaint filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court is against Island Express Helicopters, Island Express Holding Corp, and the pilot's estate, okay? Attorneys for the county argued that since Bryant had not viewed the actual pictures and they weren't shared publicly, they wanted to determine whether she genuinely suffered emotional distress. They wanted to require Bryant and other family members of the people who perished in the helicopter crash, including the children, to undergo psychiatric evaluations as independent medical examinations. Now, even though the judge has said, nope, can't do it, it's untimely, meaning you waited too damn late. There's another motion in the motion to amend that could actually overturn this ruling, and we will be discussing it again if that happens. Now, I'm not an attorney at law, but Ms. Dahl is. Ms. Dahl, what do you see happening? What is the likely scenario? Will the county now drop this and simply do the right thing by this family and the other families?
Probably not. They'll probably continue this fight. I mean, their obligation as lawyers is to be as vigorous as possible in the defense of this lawsuit, even if it is very distasteful, even if we kind of can see this and think, how awful it is to put these families through. Like you said, usually you have to show evidence. If you claimed that you had monetary damages, you would show proof that you lost money. So to show emotional emotional damages as they do here, it's not unusual for them to ask for some sort of medical examination to show that. I mean, her lawyer said, she did already testify to her emotional distress in her deposition, which is also true. So whether or not, even if they amend it and they can overcome this timeliness, whether or not substantively they will be able to compel that or not is unclear. As you said, the judge decided this on procedural, not substantive, deciding that yes, the time for this request had passed.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, this could be front and center again based on a motion to amend later.